I'm Jason Mason, and today we're exploring a groundbreaking plugin that's been buzzing in my studios for the last few days. Oeksound GLOOM. Yeah, you heard right. Just when you thought multiband processing couldn't get any better, along comes GLOOM to flip the script. No AI, no gimmicks, just pure innovative sound sculpting. So let's dive in and discover why GLOOM might just be the future of multiband processing in the music production.
Chapter 1. Unpacking Oeksound GLOOM. What's the hype?
Oeksound has been synonymous with pushing boundaries, and with GLOOM they've taken a leap into the future of sound design and mixing. GLOOM isn't just another multiband processor, it's a testament to what's possible when you rethink the fundamentals. At its core, GLOOM simplifies the complex, allowing producers to manipulate sound across multiple bands with an ease and fluidity that's unparalleled. But what really sets GLOOM apart? Let's start with its intuitive interface and the way it demystifies multiband processing. This plugin invites you to sculpt your sound in ways you've only dreamed of, without ever feeling overwhelmed by technicalities. From tightening up bass frequencies to adding sparkle to your highs, GLOOM handles it all with a finesse that needs to be heard to be believed. So, now I'm in the mix right now here, little hip hop beat, and this is the beat. And this is Bloom. Bloom is the real deal, my brothers. It's kind of a multiband compressor, but much more, it's a EQ. The thing is, with the compression, it starts right here. Before that, we only have EQ, if I understood that plugin right. However, Bloom is a really great plugin, like the other two plugins of Oeksound. Oeksound, funny name. However, so let's see what it does on my mix. So this is the analyzer. So let's see what it does on my mix. Here we have the amount button. I would keep it right there where it is. And here we can do some multi-band stuff. We can cut some mids, we can push them. That's really cool. Highs and the lows. Oh, baby. Okay, I hear this mix and I hear that there are a lot of mids. First thing I want to do is to try to analyze which mids need to go. I hold the button Option on my Mac. And as you hear, I can try out stuff in the mids. And about this frequency does sound bad. So let's cut that out. Okay, next up to the high mids. Okay. Let's do something like that. The highs. So, and the bass. So let's bypass Bloom and listen to what it does. Oh baby. Can you hear that? That is the magic that I need. Fast, straight up moves in my mix. I don't have time. I need to do the mixes fast and straight up. Let's put it back on. Oh baby. Oeksound. Holy goddamn shit. This is great. I really love this plugin. I've been using it for like 3 or 4 days and I already love it. However, once again, here, bypass. No Bloom. And here we have the Bloom. We can even change the amount if we want to. Okay, I think that the standard setting is probably good. We can change the attack and the release, when Bloom starts to work, how fast, how slow, and when it stops. Yeah, and that's basically Bloom.
Chapter 2. The mechanics of magic. How GLOOM works.
Diving into the mechanics, GLOOM operates on a philosophy of less is more, instead of bombarding the user with countless knobs and sliders. It offers a streamlined approach that focuses on effectiveness and musicality. The plugin intelligently divides your audio into bands, which you can easily adjust and tweak to taste. But here is where it gets interesting. The crossover points and slopes are designed to be musically relevant, minimizing phase issues and ensuring a cohesive sound. The secret sauce, however, lies in its dynamic response. GLOOM responds to the material it processes in a way that feels almost organic, breathing life into static tracks, whether it's gently compressing a vocal or aggressively shaping a drum bus. GLOOM does so with a level of musical intuition that's rare in the plugin world. So if you want to get more deep into this plugin, I can also show you that we have some presets. If we want to choose some, we could choose the master bus right here. Oh, and here we can see that it also has mid-side processing, and that is also really awesome. However, I don't like to start with presets, I just go into the default setup and trigger stuff here. What we also have is this kind of quality drop-down menu right here. We can change up the quality of the sound of the plugin itself. If I'd render out a final mix, I would probably go to high, and if I just send out some demo, some first rough mix, I'd go to low latency so that my whole setup don't crank up the CPU. Next up, we have that stereo mode right here. We can change the whole plugin into MS, into a split section, and we also can go into LR left-right split section, and that is pretty cool. So what does that mean? We can easily edit the left and the right channel of the mix, and here the MS, the mid and the side section of the mix, and that is pretty extended stuff, and that's really cool. Next up, we have the squash cal. It's like a button to calibrate the squash stage. So if we do a lot of processing right here and we want to manage the loudness of the whole mix of the plugin output, we could change it right here. Also, we have a wet trim. That is also some kind of gain staging knob, how loud we want the output of the plugin itself. Let's see how that sounds. Here, louder, more quiet, and the same as we see here, squash processing, exactly the same, just for the squash section. Also, we have the classical mix knob. If we want to wet dry it out a bit, we can mix, and that means we can parallel process with that plugin greatly. Here is a combination of the squash call and the wet trim. It's the main output gain level of the plugin. And here we have the bypass knob. And as seen before, we could totally solo the single channels by simply pushing those knobs. We also could deactivate single sections right here if we want to. If we just have some high mids to edit, we could just easily deactivate the other sections right here, and then we just can edit the high mids. Last up, we have the AB section right here. If you have two setups and you want to compare both of them, you can do it here. Here you can copy from the A to the B to the B to the A. You could easily copy it if you want to, as you see. And we have the side chain section. Here we can activate with a single knob the side chain section, and here, especially here, we can activate listening to what the side chain is doing to the mix. Also, we can go to the basic settings here of the plugin, and we can change the size of the plugin itself. We can make it really big, really small, but I mostly like it in a basic setup. We have it right here.
Chapter 3. In the Studio with GLOOM. Practical Applications.
Now let's talk about putting GLOOM to work. In my few days with this plugin, I found it to be a game changer in several key areas. First, its application on vocals is nothing short of magical. By isolating problem frequencies and applying subtle dynamic processing, GLOOM can turn a good vocal take into a great one, with clarity and presence that cuts through the mix. But it doesn't stop there. On drums, GLOOM can add punch and body without the mud. For electronic producers, it's a dream of dialing in that perfect bass sound, tightening up the low end while preserving the character of the synth. And for mastering, GLOOM provides a level of control and finesse over your mix's frequency balance that can rival any mastering grade multiband processor without the usual steep learning curve.
Chapter 4. The Legacy Continues. From Soothe 2 to GLOOM.
However, Oeksound's Soothe 2 was a game changer already, and if you don't know that plugin, you should definitely check that one out. It revolutionized de-essing, EQing, and some kind of dynamic treatment. It set a new standard for audio cleanup, respected and used by audio professionals globally. GLOOM builds on this innovation, extending the vision with broader sound shaping capabilities, without sacrificing the intuitive user experience that made Soothe 2 a hit. It underscores Oeksound's commitment to evolving audio processing, merging ease of use with deep musical adjustments. Oeksound GLOOM isn't just a step forward, it's a giant leap in multiband processing, providing producers and engineers with the unparalleled control over their sound. Backed by the legacy of Soothe 2, GLOOM is poised to redefine what we expect from audio plugins. So let's try out Soothe and GLOOM at the same time. Cool thing about Soothe is, so if you have like drums here that are a bit too bright, you can easily de-ess them out with Soothe. So, no Soothe, full on Soothe. No Soothe, Soothe. No Soothe, Soothe. It's easy and straight up. Soothe is doing its job properly. And now let's go to Bloom, change up that amount, do some final touch right here. Now let's bypass them both. Boring ass mix. Straight up pump in your face. Boring ass mix. Cool mix. And that's why I love Oeksound. I'm Jason Mason and I've been thrilled to share this deep dive into GLOOM with you. Here is to pushing the boundaries of music production together. Until next time, keep exploring, keep creating, and never stop pushing your sound forward. And please check out GLOOM. However, until next time.